Back with another match preview. Just wanted to give you guys a little heads up before the video starts. Experienced some internet difficulty, so a couple of times Chris will lag. It was entirely on my side, but hopefully you guys enjoy the match preview, and hopefully some of you are there to see the game in Leicester. But if not, we'll see you again in Ashby Avenue against Northampton next week on Sunday. So we're back with another match preview ahead of an away day. A trip to Leicester this time, coming off the 3-1 loss to Lincoln City. So ahead of this game, you've had a couple of home games. We always talked about January being tough. You've had a win against Chesterfield at home, a loss away at home again to Lincoln City, and with one loss and one win, where you were admittedly not favourites, like you said, but in my opinion, Lincoln United were the better team. If you look at the game in a totality, you're back to being favourites to win this weekend. How are you hoping to bounce back in Sunday's fixture?
Yeah, just as the team has done after every defeat, really. The first against Chesterfield in September went on a 8-game winning run, inclusive of all competitions. West Brom obviously went there, not favourites, got beat, then went on a 4-match winning run. Lincoln City been beat, and now we've had the schedule for the rest of the season. It's grueling. It's grueling. Starting with Leicester on Sunday, Northampton at home, Uterbridge in the quarterfinal. Then we've got Loughborough Students at home. Then we've got Chesterfield, Northampton, Notts County, Mansfield, Uterbridge, Mansfield. It's tough, really, really tough, and we need to, if we want to have the prizes that we want at the end of the year, we have to put together a really, really, really good run. And that starts on Sunday, regardless of where Leicester are in the league. We need to put in and start that run on Sunday, getting all 3 points, and giving ourselves the best chance possible.
Okay. Well, with a win today, you go. Taking into account that obviously the other teams will play, but if you look at how many games they've played now, you go 3 points behind top of the table Northampton, and you kind of go level or just a few points behind some of the other teams ahead of you with games in hand also. How happy are you with your team's progress in the league so far? Bear in mind, you haven't played many compared to some of the other teams in the league.
Yeah, we've done, aside from the defeat, they've done everything that I wanted and expected them. They, whilst it's more competitive than that has been in previous years, in the fact that there is one team that doesn't seem like they're going to drop points to anybody else, and it could come down to, as long as we're consistent, it could come down to a shootout with a couple of games. So we need to make sure that we, as cliche as this sounds, turn up week in, week out with the right mindset, ready to put in the performances that we know we can do, that will ultimately allow us to try and achieve our goals. The progress of the team, I think you saw from the Chesterfield game in September to the Chesterfield game at home, and then obviously Lincoln on Sunday, where we've gone as a team in the last 2 and a bit years, and even the last 6 months, 7 months. Staggering, really. The team have been so good, and just hope that we can now focus on the 2 competitions that we're left in and really give it a good go to try and achieve something special at the end of the year.
Okay, and then speaking on this game on the weekend, what's some player availability looking like? Any injuries or any absentees for this game ahead of Sunday?
So yeah, we've got to wait on Frankie again with her ankle still, so we're still waiting on Frankie. There was a really tough decision to not include Frankie on Sunday in the squad because naturally her athleticism, the quality that she possesses, she would have been a real asset for us on Saturday. But we didn't want to risk something for one game when we've got 13 league games to play, 13 league matches between now and May, and cup games. So it's a long second half of the season. We're going to need, Frankie. So we did a gym. Trey's still out, but we've got a diagnosis on that now, and we know what needs to be done to get again with a long second half of the season. I'm hopeful that we'll get Tracy back into the squad sometime soon, and we're naturally waiting on the likes of Carter, who's had COVID, wasn't available on Sunday for that reason. Chloe as well, being assessed by Chloe again on Thursday. So to be honest, if needs must, we'll see what that looks like for the weekend. Katie Davis on Sunday. So yeah, a few out. Steph has made the decision to leave, to leave the squad. So we're from a centre back perspective on Sunday, we're naturally a little short.
Yeah.
But we're going to bring Megan team to be with us. So everyone else, as far as I'm aware, is good to go, which is great news. And yeah, there may be fingers crossed, maybe someone else through the door just in time for Sunday, but we'll have to wait on that one.
Okay, so you beat this team 13-1 in the previous home fixture last time round. Is it one of those games where you don't look necessarily for goals but for performances in the fixture?
Yeah, I think on reflection of the last match against Lincoln, I thought first half we were very good. I think we got a really good balance of what we wanted in the performance, both out and in possession, and I felt we got into really good goal scoring chances in the first half. Second half, on reflection, we went back to front too quickly, and fair play to Lincoln. They the way in which they played second half, and I think the second goal in quite early. So, but I think there was maybe a little bit of we need to get back in the game. And because we'd had joy first half from getting in behind, we had a tendency to maybe go back to front a little bit too quickly. So we'll be looking at focusing on the patterns and the things that we've worked on over the last 3 to 4 months that have worked really, really well. That came out in the first half, not so much in the second, but have come out in the league, really, in the FA Cup and other competitions. So we'll be focusing on that on Thursday, just getting back to our base foundation, really, and look to put that into play on Sunday. Yeah, big game at home to Northampton, but ultimately a really good performance, I hope, on Sunday at home away to Leicester.
Okay, and you did just speak about your final game in January. Like I said earlier, there's 2 games, sorry, 1 win, 1 loss. We did speak earlier about it being a difficult January, but looking towards these last 2 games, what do you want in these last 2 games to consider what we were expecting to be a tough month, a successful?
We need to, if you look at the league table, Sunday's a must win. We must win Sunday. But if you look at the league table, if we put in a performance that allows us to get 3 points in the final game of the month, that would put us in a very good position with a game in hand.
Mm-hmm.
A very good position with a game in hand. So, ultimately, I'm not looking past Leicester. I don't want to do that. We just need to focus on Sunday and be ready to then put in a good performance, get a win, prepare for Northampton at the end of the month. That's, I think, as cliche as it sounds, given the schedule, and I mean it is week after week after week after week until the 1st of May, we just need to focus on ourselves every single week, game by game, really, and refocus. Play Sunday, refocus Thursday. Play Sunday, refocus Thursday. And that's the way it needs to be between now and the 1st of May to give us any chance of getting to where we want to be. If we look too far ahead, and if I look at Northampton and say, oh yeah, we need to win there, or we need to do this field and we need to do this against Chesterfield, before you know it, you're looking so far ahead and not focusing on where you're at. it can become a problem, and we just need the players and the staff and myself and everyone just to be focused week by week. Come to training Thursday, play Sunday, reflect on the performance. Come training Thursday, play Sunday. So that's how we'll take it from now until the 1st of May.
Okay. And do you believe that your side's kind of had an advantage with that, with having a couple of lengthy cup runs? So you're kind of used to having to reset and think from a completely different angle, as opposed to just playing just the league?
Yeah, the girls have been fantastic at that. I think I've said a couple of times, I think we've gone from chopping and changing from league to cup, then a full month of cup, back to the league. And the girls have been fantastic at just focusing on the opposite task in hand and putting in good performances and getting wins and getting lots of goals and clean sheets. And that's exactly what we need to be at. We just need to continue that same focus and ultimately see where it takes us between now and the end of the season, regardless of the competition. I suppose the one thing that being out of the County Cup and the FA Cup does, we're in the League Cup. I think we've got Uterbridge on the 6th of February away. That's the quarter-final stage, but ultimately we're in 2 competitions now, and it's just a case of whoever's in front of us, it needs to be, this is us, we're focused.
Do you think that, you mentioned taking Meg from the development team, do you think that that month that was just nothing but cup runs has actually helped kind of highlight some of the players that you can use when you need, and also increase that squad depth that you already were so lucky to have?
Yeah, I think we spoke with Kev, the development team manager, and a couple of the players that we wanted to give chances to throughout that month in November, and the league game in early December. So we tried to look at people who was capable, and they all came up and did great. Caitlin obviously got the 4 goals. Lofty came in and did brilliant with a goal and a couple of assists. Megan did really well in the game that she played against Apfrod, but ultimately Megan's opportunity was cut short because of injury. So we wanted to stand by our commitment and give Megan the opportunity to play in another match for us, and Sunday provides us the opportunity to do that. I have no concerns with bringing in the players that we've seen to be in the squad and support us towards our goals, because whenever they've come in, they've never let us down. They've done brilliantly, and that's credit to Kev and doing. And ultimately, yeah, we've got some very good players in there that I have no doubt throughout the remainder of this year and coming into pre-season next year will be knocking on the door of the first team, no doubt.
Thank you, Chris.
No problem at all.
Good luck Sunday.